My name is Abby Chapin. I came to Piedmont Women's Center really just looking for hope. My husband and I walked through our miscarriage back in February of 2024, and my miscarriage put me in the emergency room. And the weeks following that event, I had so much trouble sleeping. I would have times where I would throw up uncontrollably, and my ears would start ringing, and I couldn't really see straight. And I knew that once it was affecting me physically, I needed to seek help. I couldn't do it alone anymore. I actually found out through Piedmont Women's Center, through my mom's church. My parents were asking for resources, and they found this opportunity. It was really important for me to find Christian-based curriculum, because I knew that I needed more of the Lord, and that was the only thing that would truly heal me. And my experience was wonderful. I did the one-on-one miscarriage loss program, and I walked through it with a woman named Tammy. And every single week, I felt like I could truly be myself. I didn't have to put a pretty bow on my mess and come in pretending like I had all the right answers, or I wasn't asking all the questions. She truly met me where I was, and she always just pointed me back to Scripture and pointed me back to the Lord ultimately, and that's what I needed. Something I really appreciated about the study as a whole was it was constantly brought back to Scripture. It wasn't someone telling me, this is how you should feel, or here's how to make your pain go away necessarily, but it constantly pointed me back to the Lord, which really ultimately helped me in the long run. One of the things that I can remember that was so hard was week 3. It was titled, "Why Am I So Afraid?" And I remember thinking, well, I was nervous for it, because I feel like fear has been something that I've struggled with my whole life, and it only amplified after my miscarriage. I was so fearful that if I truly sat in my sadness or truly accepted how I was feeling, I was never going to feel like myself again. And I remember throughout that lesson in particular, the ending of it gave me practical ways how to leave it at the feet of the cross and pick up peace instead. And that really helped me to just point me back to Scripture, meditate in Scripture, memorize Scripture. I remember Tammy sent me home with some more homework and had me memorize a verse and write it down everywhere, put it as my phone background, just practical things like that where I could just go back and know that the Lord was with me. And the verse that I memorized was Isaiah 41:10, and it talks about how the Lord strengthens you, because I remember just feeling so weak and that I couldn't possibly get up in the morning. I couldn't possibly put a smile on my face and do normal things. So it brought me a lot of comfort to know that the Lord was with me and He was going to strengthen me no matter where I was. What I learned here really impacted everyone I was around. I wanted to tell everybody I could what the Lord was doing through it, especially my husband. I would come home, I would call him on the way home, like, I cannot wait to tell you what happened. I just think that what the Lord did here was so powerful for me in my story. I've never been the same since. So that rubbed off on my husband. I was able to bring my booklets home and help him heal. I think it was different for him, obviously, but through what I learned here, he was able to use the tools, find his Scripture that he was going to write everywhere, find the Scripture that he was going to put as his phone background, and really rest in the Lord. It was helpful to come home and wrestle through the questions with him, because he knows me better than anyone else. And it was helpful for him to say, like, stop trying to make it sound good, just answer, like, be real and be honest. So yeah, I think it definitely did bring him closer to the Lord through it all as well. My day-to-day now, I work at a church here in the upstate, so all the tools that I learned help me every day of my life. I feel like I continuously go back to the pamphlets, go back to what the Lord did through my miscarriage, and being here truly healed that for me. I feel like I can look back now and not just see the bad and see the ugly. I can see how the Lord used it. I remember the first few weeks, Tammy sent me home with some homework, and she told me to find where the Lord was through it all. And I remember thinking and telling her, like, I can't find any good. There's nothing good that came out of it. I don't even know where He was when it happened. And she kept pressing in the most loving way. And I went home and talked to my husband about it. And I just thought, hey, this is my homework. I want to get as much out of this as I can. And I know I should think about this, but there's nothing good. So help me out, because there's nothing good. You won't have anything good. I know that there's nothing good that could come from this. And after sitting with him and talking through everything and praying through everything, it was just crazy to see the Lord throughout it all, even in the small things and the big things, how he was there for us, how he comforted us through it. And I think I wouldn't have never been able to see the good through my miscarriage, or see how he would be using it if it weren't for Piedmont Women's Center. Thank you to the donors of Piedmont Women's Center. I am better because of my time here. I'm closer to the Lord because of my time here. And it wouldn't be possible if it weren't for you and the money that you give and the time that you give. So thank you so much.